Apparently, Konami is terrible, with some new accusations of awful employee relations practices courtesy of a Kotaku translator. Make sure to comment down below, but first, my opinion. I'm Tarmack, and this is Feature Creep. The Konami situation seems to be just getting worse, but personally I view this in much the same way as I do general social media and current events. There's a perception that society is somehow getting worse in general because of how painfully obvious terrible things are that happen right now. But it seems to me that it's far more likely that society has always been terrible, we just have a front row seat so it looks like something has changed. In the same way, I have a hard time believing that any of these various Konami chaos situations are actually new. According to a news article on Nikkei, apologies if I pronounced that wrong, an Asian news site, Konami would have a very difficult time winning any employee relations awards. Here's a really quick list of the accusations. Kojima Productions was renamed number 8 production department and has no outside internet access from their computers. Employee lunch times are monitored with time cards, which isn't nefarious on its own, until extended absences are announced to the entire company. Cameras in the halls to keep an eye on employees, random email addresses that change monthly to hamper headhunting, junior and senior game devs that aren't seen as useful getting reassigned to slot factory jobs, and just liking a Facebook post of a Konami employee excited to start a new job elsewhere gets you reshuffled within the company. I want to treat all of these as rumors. Several have been said more than once, such as the Kojima computer internet access thing, but even still, I really want to treat them as rumors. The issue with that is something that I refer to as the Cosby problem. Bill Cosby had a rape accusation, benefit of the doubt. At this point, he's got 35 rape accusations, which makes maintaining benefit of the doubt an untenable position. Konami's recent history, all the way from news media debacles like with Jim Sterling, to the consistent accusations of terrible employee practices, and back to how Kojima wasn't just removed from Metal Gear, but even disrespectfully and childishly scrubbed from box art, paint a pretty obvious picture. So I can't treat them as rumors anymore. I'm now in the position of immediately believing anything negative that I hear about Konami, and it's a really weird position to be in. To have that as a natural reflex when my standard position is normally one of inquiry and skepticism. Konami recently did a non-apology apology that I talked about in one of the news wrap-ups on how its video game customers were feeling anxious about some of the recent media issues. They also went on record as saying that they're not switching over to mobile games at the expense of core games, as an olive branch to core gamers, rather that mobile is kind of like the glue that binds all potential game platforms together. All of this comes down to a basic case of ethics. If a company is unable to treat its own employees in an ethical and reasonable way, by extension it is difficult, if not impossible, for them to treat their customers any better. And I can't support that. Obviously, the Phantom Pain is going to be an incredibly high sales game. There's nothing anyone can say that will change that fact. But I would caution against the pre-order side, especially in this case. The game could well be amazing, but recent issues like what has been happening here always start much earlier than when we hear about them. Wait for the reviews. Have what patience you can, because this is a company that really appears to respect only one thing: money. I know that this one in particular has a little bit less to discuss. Konami hasn't really had a lot of good press lately, but at this point I'm having a difficult time seeing positives. So I guess for comments today, do you play Konami games? Are there any elements of ethical treatment of customers that I'm not aware of? Feature Creep is a Monday editorial on game news and drama. If you enjoy these, it always helps to see your comments, likes, and shares. Thank you very much for watching. That's all I have to say. Tarmack out.